Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to both Ellie Mae and Lewis. Happy birthday to the both of you. Yep, that's right. I have not one, but two family members whose birthday it is today. My niece, Ellie Mae, and my nephew, Lewis. And it's two completely different families, so, two kids of two siblings of mine. So, two families that are both part of my family. Family trees are confusing. But yeah, happy birthday, both Ellie Mae and Lewis. Hope you both have a wonderful day. And in true Portessa tradition, when any of my close relatives have a birthday, I embarrass myself on the internet by giving you a rendition of Happy Birthday in your honor on my Twitch channel, on my YouTube. I reckon historically, right? Because I have such a big family, and to be honest, like we don't, in my opinion, but this is just how families are, right? Um, I would say we don't get together often enough. So as the future rolls on, I'd love to like see everybody more often. But there's in the case of my family though, it's difficult because there are so many people to see. So yeah, if there is in my like VODs and stuff, like a previous stream where I forgot to sing to one of you, I apologize. I'll just cover all bases here and say like, maybe it happened, maybe it didn't, maybe my record is perfect. But my family is so large that I can't like reliably be certain. But yeah, anyway, I'm going on a tangent now. But yeah, have a great day, Lewis and Ellie Mae. That's the point. And then as for us, we're going to be continuing more Path of Exile 2, Act 3 goodness. I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow, but the 19th is very busy for me. So no stream on the 19th for sure. I've also got an appointment on the 21st, although it should be a quick one. We'll see how it goes. I might be able to do a stream afterwards, but there's no guarantee as of yet. And so yeah, thank you for your patience and understanding. With that said, so I have a boss that is kicking my butt right now. We've just got to EXILE. And I might need to do a little bit more respecking actually. Because I realized that the elemental damage mitigation that I spec'd into doesn't account for poison. So before I do anything else, allow me to go into the passive tree and search for poison. So I want a new filter. Poison. Alright, it's an ailment. So we could put... If poison counts as an ailment, surely we could, like... ailment and recoup. Cause this is what I want. I want that's not working. Yeah, recoup. And then it's ailment. Ah. So you can't. They've only got stun. Okay. Because this is what's good about this is like we're now being able to see what combinations are possible. Poison and leech. One result found. Okay, so that doesn't help at all. So now I'm gonna edit the filter again. To remove leech. Now we're looking at every poison node. Right, they're all miles away. Yeah. Right. So, basically... Now let's have a look at the word ailment instead. Right? Because if poison is an ailment, specifically, then I want to have a look globally. Yeah, at ailment-related things, so that, okay. Let's see. See, this is all about stuff I inflict. Ailment threshold. Yeah. Because, yeah, you've got poison here. So, if I increase my ailment threshold, because that doesn't say specifically elemental. That, okay. They're about ailments I inflict. Yeah. So, what we're basically saying is these might help, but also not really. Like, hold on. That filter. Life. Hold on, where do we see maximum? Maximum life. Okay. So there isn't really your maximum life. Ah. Maybe I just need... Yeah, because poison isn't listed here. You know what? Let's just go in. Right? We'll just go in, do our best. Ah, damage from bleeding and poison bypasses energy shield. That's interesting. Okay.
Showpick spear! You are already doomed. Showpick spear! You will fall before us! Feel our Achilles sting!
See, this is what I mean. Like this is like that attack is so brutal. I wonder if I can boost max life. But like, in terms of like what? Do we have a gamble person here?
Yes?
Hang on, let's... So that's weapons. Yeah, that's weapons.
See you.
Hey,
Yeah, you're the gambler guy. Oh wait, no. It's not Gamba.
watch your step.
Can I not trade with Alva because she's gone? Oh wait, no, she's there.
How can I help?
That's funny. That is really funny. You're the Gamba girl. See, this is the thing. What do I... What can have life on it? I don't want to spend all my money on stuff that they know. Yeah, I think this is risky. Right? This is really risky. So I don't know about this. Yeah. It's a very expensive way to... Oh, man. Oh my god. Shit. No, all my money will be gone. All my money will be gone. No. Yeah, I've already spent a ridiculous amount. Yeah, no. No. Just no.
Good luck.
gotta just persevere. I think. There's too many variables. Now we do have essences. There we go. So armor or belts or jewelry gonna have life on it. Okay. So if I change my belt, yeah, if I were to get a magic belt from Alva,
Hello.
belt is counted as jewelry. Oh wow. 53. Okay. Got life on that as well. Let's go with the ring. No. So find life enemy killed. Right. Probably should have upgraded that one. Yeah, I should have upgraded the other one. Do I want to do the armor? I don't know. I don't
Good
think
luck.
so. Okay, so we have more life. But do we have enough life? About to find out.
Infection! I will not relent! I will not relent! relent!
I wonder if I keep rolling if I'm okay. Because they're physical attacks, right?
Storm of Chopin! You will fall before us! Feel our Kali sting!
Yeah, rolling's working. Fuck. I rolled into it. Alright, listen, I'm more confident we can, but yeah, that last one, we still gotta be careful.
I will not relent! You will fall before us! Feel our Kali sting! I will crush you, insect! I will not relent! Chopin spear! Suffer and die! The Viper strike! You will fall before us! Pain sharpens the mind! Feel our Kali sting! I shall crush you! The Kali's back! The Kali's back! I will crush you, insect! The Viper strike! Suffer and die! I will not relent!
Finally!
Somehow, I've been cheated out of another kill. Ancient fool!
Oh my god, okay. So yeah, don't ignore maximum life. Lesson learned. Alright. So life is on jewelry and belts are classed as jewelry in this game. Alright. Okay, there are helms and armor too. Do you know what? Yeah, we'll go for the weaker minion skills for the sake of health. Yeah. Oh, that does look cool though. But yeah, we'll lower our minions for more max life. We need more survivability. 804 now. Okay. Yeah. Because if chaos and poison damage can just go through our energy shield, and we don't have that thing where so long as we have energy shield, our life can't change yet, then yeah. Because we haven't completed the trial of chaos yet. We will. But, yeah. I'm now see what that fight has done is I now really want to check out armors again. Which is really interesting. Yeah, this is making me want to look at armor again. That's cool, actually, game. That's really cool. I have taken off pieces of gear I swore by, all to increase life, because ultimately life is life. Without life, you have no life. And life is the thing that is like, okay, well, are we succeeding at this encounter or are we not? Like, yeah. I've got to the point where I just needed more life. We'll see if 804 is enough.
Great.
Because I mean, that hit there, that was chunky, right? Yeah. I am not going into there. I've decided we've got to the point where I'm not gonna do the temple every time because it's just gonna take ages. We're gonna focus on plot for now. Oh wow. Guarded by packs of 40 monsters. So not a pack of 40 monsters. Packs of 40 monsters. And like, how many packs? Or is it multiple packs with 40 monsters in total? I guess we're gonna find out.
Is my power to wield.
I feel like it was multiple packs and 40 monsters in total.
Wither away.
Wow. Oh my god. This monster though. Oh my god.
Too much clutter.
That is a great base. I need that rattling scepter, I do.
No.
These monsters are no joke.
Ancient
Oh
fool!
my god, there's more.
Stray!
This better be some like top tier stuff that's gonna drop out of this. What the hell, man? Craziest strongbox ever. Still not done. And then there's more. Oh, guys, wait a minute. We just got a unique rattling scepter. I need to clip this. We gotta have a look at it. Let me. Oh my god. We gotta do this now. Hang on. All right, here's the moment. What have we just got? Gain 5%. Oh my god, per undead minion. Oh my god. Scarlet Warriors, are you undead? Do you count as undead? No. So zombies are undead, right? Bear with me. Zombies are undead. Because if we look at our skills... Oh wait, no, it doesn't say undead here. I mean, yeah, a skeleton would be undead, right? Because, yeah. Yeah, I think a skeleton would be undead. The Dark Defiler. I need more int. Oh man, I need 2 more. Okay. And then I need 1 more int. I'm gonna remove... Okay, I'm gonna remove this. Bear with me, everybody. That was insane.
It begins.
That was actually insane.
Quickly. Time is short. Make haste.
Oh, I know.
Hey there.
Hey there, okay, I don't mind getting rid of that belt. I'm not gonna get rid of that helm. There's max life there. Not getting rid of all this. Yeah, no, we'll keep this stuff and we'll just... Ruby. potential in. Let's buy these because they're good bases to build on. Potentially, anyway. And right, yeah, I have to refund.
Keep your eyes sharp.
Quickly.
I must keep calculating.
Okay. So I'm gonna refund you. See if that's the problem. No problem with my game. Good. Now into here. I need strength. Okay. So if I took out a strength, yeah, I'm not really. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this. Then I can put this. I'll just do that for now. But yeah, not ideal. My goodness, yo. Actually insane. You know what, I'm gonna move this stuff specifically in a corner. So that I know that it's potentially like stuff I use. Okay. Keep it kind of separate from the rest. Charge when you kill an enemy. Alright, we'll do that. Because that can heal my minions too. Stash the rest. Refill. Back. Alright. So the Chaos statue, yeah, I'm pretty sure we found that. But, maybe we should look for it again.
No.
Oh wait, there's a checkpoint there. Hold on.
No.
Hang on. I do kind of wish that Sin would follow us into the past so that we could, you know, do the identify, like maybe...
Quickly. Move swiftly.
Need a guide?
We're gonna focus on getting our gold back up, folks. Yeah, so Survey, that's 1,000.
Be wary.
If we go to Oswald,
Yes.
So, treasure in particular.
it's the same amount of money.
Don't get eaten.
Huh? I don't know if I'm doing that right. But hey, we're back at 20,000. That's another great base.
Get out of my way!
Okay, so this is us officially going too far for the Chaos statue, but let's go in and potentially turn around. I think I want to do another once over of that zone, or it resets.
Flower petals everywhere. Boring.
So we're going back to EXILE a minute. We are gonna fight our way to the statue, which I think we found before, but I want to find it again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Should not ran into that. I did kill the boss, yeah. Hooray for max life. I've actually, so here's something we can talk about,
Wither
right?
away!
I feel like I get a bit of a gear fear in this game, in that like the loot is so good. Right, I'll give you an example. Oh, I've put it in my stash now. But I had a helm with +1 to all minion skills, right? And because I had +1 to all minion skills, I was like, that is such a great helm for me. Like, all other helms are trash. And you just get so attached to like a certain affix, right? But the problem is, especially as you go through higher and harder content, you hit that ceiling where like, man, I'm doing fine against this boss except for this one attack that can one-shot me. I need more maximum life. And then you look for it on the passive tree and it's not really there, or it's not close by. And so you have to get to a point where you're like, well, shit. What are my options? Like, well, we can get max life on an essence, but I've only got one of those. And obviously I was gambling, right? And as soon as I lost 20k really quickly, I'm like, nah, if I carry on doing this, I'm just gonna have no gold left. Like, this is no good. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to just replace some of this irreplaceable gear in my head. And to be fair, it didn't actually take long to increase my life by quite a lot. We're now sitting at 815. That was enough. Main complaint of the tree of the community. Right, okay. Yeah. But as soon as I like embraced the fact that it doesn't matter how cool your minion skills are. If you don't have enough life, you don't have enough life. In a way, life is the most important stat of our characters. Because without life, our character's dead. You know, you need 1 HP at least at all times. So, and without life, you can't play the game. So, as soon as I got over that mental hurdle of like, yeah, +1 to minion skills is cool and all, but like, it's not like my minion skills are bad just because they're 1 level lower across the board. I've now got over 300 more HP by reducing minion skills by 1 level, right?
Suffer and die!
And then that is the difference between me losing the fight and winning it. Yeah. So as soon as I let go, like, of my kind of gear fear of like, man, I've really just got to change item. Also, I have to say, so around this area, a unique strongbox showed up with very ominous words, and the ominous words were, protected by packs of 40 monsters. I was like, wait, is it multiple packs and each pack is 40 monsters each? Or is it going to be multiple packs and there's 40 monsters in total? I don't know how many monsters I actually killed, but there were so many waves. Anyway, you can probably, I don't know how clued up you are on uniques, which ones you recognize. But what ultimately dropped, I got Dark Defiler, which I've never seen before. So that was also a moment you missed on stream. Yeah. So I'm pretty hyped about this. But then I was like, it says per undead minion. But where in the game does it say if a minion is undead or not? Because, I mean, because it's a skeleton, I would assume they're undead, right? The zombies are obviously undead. But, like, I would expect the word undead to be up here with physical and duration, or with minion here, right? So I'm assuming that, like, raging spirits would not be undead. Like, that's a minion summoned through purely magic, right? Because it specifically says on the unique, gain 5% of damage as chaos per undead minion. So,
Out of my way!
I actually do think this is feedback I should leave to GGG, where, like, as good as their, like, underlying word system is, there's certain phrases and systems where I still feel it's not as well explained as it could be. It's zombies and skeletons, thank you. But yeah, I would like that to be in the game somewhere. So what you're saying is, if I summon a bunch of zombies now, I get extra chaos. And will I even see that in my skill screen? So 163, and then if I let my zombies die, it would be cool if the number values change based on what's currently spawned in. I believe Diablo 4 does this.
Wither away! Ancient fool!
Don't get me wrong, I'm not, like, I think the clarity of the wording and stuff in PoE 2 is a lot better than PoE 1, especially because of this system here, right? I love this. This needs to be in PoE 1. But yeah, there's definitely like room for improvement. Oh, right. Yeah. That's a fair, yeah. So hits always ignite, but only if you have 100% chance. So yeah. Which kind of makes that phrase useless, because it literally doesn't mean what it says. And yet in other cases, like, and this is a good thing, there are times where phrases in Path of Exile are literal. Where if you read the phrase literally, it literally means what it says. I'm trying to think of an example. Let's have a look at some of my gear here. Yeah, adds 4 to 9 physical damage to attacks. So that means that anytime an attack happens, a sort of virtual dice is going to roll. The lowest value possible is 4. The highest value possible is 9. Any physical attack, it's going to do that calculation. Gain 4 life per enemy hit with attacks. Now, where I would have a question with this one is, directly used by your equipment. Oh. See, what I would want to know is, and Diablo 2's got this same issue, by the way, where like they have a phrase of on hit, like something happens on hit, but they're only referring to the character's basic attack. Your minions' attacks don't count. I have the same question with this phrase here, where I have minions that do physical attacks, right? Are they gaining the benefit of this and also this one? The prefix and the bottom suffix. They're not. It only applies to me. Okay. Follow-up question then. If these only apply to me, do any of my spells, because it says adds, do these affixes apply to every skill that I have that hits an enemy? So in other words, Essence Drain, Contagion touches enemies. Not useless. Right. Cause yeah, like, that's the thing. It's not always clear, especially when you're running minion builds, which things apply to just you and which things apply to your minions as well. Now I do know there is stuff in the tree that can make your stuff apply to minions, right? Isn't there specifically nodes that like transfer things like your resistances to your minions and things like this?
None can oppose me.
Minions are complicated, right? So what you're saying, maybe a simpler way to say it, minions are more like a series of exceptions. Minions have their own set of rules, separate to your character. Right. And they've probably done that for balance reasons, right? Because if too much of your stats apply to your minions as well, that's probably a really fast way for minions to be OP, right? You know what I'd like? Okay. Here's another bit of feedback I've come up with. I love this, right? Where you can look at the word presence and see how big presence is. And you can highlight these to see what you're on controller. You can see what buffs and debuffs and effects are on you. Do you know what'd be really cool? Hear me out. You see how we can see the enemy health bar there? And we can see the resistance icons for the armor, and like, I don't know what the other one means. So like, I would love to be able to move my cursor up to the icons, read what the current icon and the color of it means, and also you can see armored and periodically enrages. I think enrages and armored should be highlighted so that I could go up there and then read the tooltip. Spells is not an attack, but both do a hit. So if it is attack, then no effect. Oh, okay. So what you're saying is, not all spells are attacks, Hang on. Let me phrase this right. Hold on. Spells is not an attack. So what you're saying is all spells are hits, but not all hits are spells. There we go. Is that correct? All spells can hit, but not all... Oh, some spells don't hit. Alright.
Wither away! Ancient fools!
Yeah. And this is the thing, when there's so many systems upon systems, it's like, I actually didn't realize, right? Because again, thank you to the tooltip system, I didn't realize that just like chaos damage, poison says F you to your energy shields.
Another cause
Right.
to serve me.
So the only thing that would protect me from poison, like completely, is this. Your life cannot change while you have energy shield. So assuming I can get my energy shield built up, which by the way, in the long term, this is the kind of build I want to make. I want to experience this, right? Because it sounds fucking awesome. Right? But if I can get this to work, that would mean that all of the poison stuff, it won't hurt so long as I have energy shield. So in Fury 2, poison does chaos damage. Chaos damage does double. Unlike Fury 1, ignore energy. Oh, wow, I didn't realize they were different. But here's the thing I noticed. And this is why I think poison actually might be worse than chaos damage. We can build up chaos resistance, right? We can't build up poison resistance. So poison is actually more deadly than chaos. And then I looked at the tree and there's like no poison resist there. Like when you search for poison, like you can buff your poison damage out the wazoo. But poison resist, it's not a thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm like, whoa, all of a sudden this boss, which yeah, I'm so glad we beat. And actually, I would be interested to go back to my VODs from like over a year ago and see if the boss gave me as much trouble back then. I think overall, like while there's been a few roadblocks, generally speaking, considering we're on part 8 of the playthrough now, I think this playthrough is actually going a lot smoother, and maybe the reason why, you know, if there are more parts than my first playthrough, it's literally because of my lifestyle changes where, you know, I have to stream at different times of day for not as long. I remember when Path of Exile Early Access came out, I was able to stream a lot. It was like basically most of the day, morning and evening. And yeah, I did really long sessions, much longer than I can do now. But yeah. I also think that since my first playthrough of this act a year ago, I think overall minions are much better than they were. I think they did a thing where minions can't miss or something like that. Which sounds insane, but I think they also tuned the numbers. Different elements do different things, ignite, fire, dark. Yeah. Right. Shock. Yeah, I like the way shock works. But I just found it interesting how we can't build poison resist. Oh my freaking god. Yeah, I don't think my DPS... Oh wait, is it changing based on how many enemies? So it says 158 there. If it's changing in real time based on the number of minions, then beautiful. 158. It is! Oh, that's freaking great, Kochi. It is. It's a real-time display of DPS. So basically, we can actually see Dark Defiler working. Okay. I also like that it increases mana regen rate because of when I took this. You lose 5% of maximum mana per second. So you need to have mana regen to compensate. But you get the Unholy Might so long as you're close to minions. And it's like 30% of all damage as extra chaos damage. Layers of knowledge. Right, yeah. So, can we round out the poison conversation? And this will also benefit the stream because people watching on YouTube, even though the chat is really small, they are seeing your comments show up above my head. So, my fundamental question about poison then, if both chaos damage and poison damage both ignore energy shield in PoE 2, what is the point in having both damage types? And what do you think the importance is of having a damage type that we can't build a resistance to? Because of course chaos we can kind of negate, poison we cannot. Why do you think they did this? Of course I know you're not a GGG dev, but I'm just curious. Poison is chaos damage. Oh, it's the but the thing is, chaos damage is damage over time, right? Just like poison. No? Oh, so what you're saying is chaos damage can be a chunk of damage, just like if somebody was doing physical damage, you can take a chunk of damage as chaos, but it doesn't then apply a dot. So what you're saying is, if we can go back to the many to one analogy, all poison damage is damage over time, but with chaos, not all chaos damage is a dot. Right. So really the way that I should look at chaos damage then, any chaos damage, is that there will be an initial chunk and then I'm poisoned for a bit. That makes more sense actually. Whereas poison doesn't do a chunk of damage at the start at all, it just does the damage over time. So what you're saying is all poison is damage over time, whereas chaos damage is a chunk followed by poison. Okay. You can also have a Chaos Dot as a different version of a Chaos Dot. Okay. By different version, do you mean things like, let's say you'll get a debuff on you, and nothing happens for a few seconds, and then BAM! Like it detonates, and then you take your chunk of damage? That would be scary as AF in my opinion. Like, I would hate that. To essentially be marked and then BAM! I mean, yeah. If there was a way to remove the mark on you before the damage explosion, then cool. But it's like, if you're gonna do damage to me, I would almost prefer it to happen right away. But I suppose if it's delayed, it gives you the opportunity to, you know, kick off a potion heal that can heal through the damage over time.
Wither away!
So maybe there is a reason for having a delayed
My power to
hit.
wield.
This is all really interesting. Like, thank you for the discussion. Like, and I appreciate it because obviously I'm learning as we go. A poison is basically a dot that can stack, so you can have 1 to 10 or even more poisons. But the damage is chaos, just like Ignite. Oh, okay. Huh. This is really interesting. And yeah, again, it's good to have this discussion to, you know, further my understanding of the game. But I will say, especially for the Yaxes of the world where they're familiar with D2 and every interaction they have with Path of Exile, the easiest way that someone in Yax's position would attempt to understand this game, and I'm kind of the same, is you look at a mechanic and you like, okay, what's the Diablo 2 equivalent? Is this just a D2 mechanic with a different name? Because of course not all the names are one-to-one the same. Or is this something new entirely? And obviously, like the GGG devs, let's not forget, their whole company existed and came about because they were fans of Diablo 2 previously, and essentially they wanted to put their own spin on the genre. I think both Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2 borrow heavily from, well, not borrow heavily, they're heavily inspired by and built upon the systems that Diablo 2 establishes. By the way, on both Chris Wilson's and Mr. Llama SC's YouTube channels, there's a fantastic interview that Llama did with Chris Wilson recently that I just finished listening to today. And they basically are two guys that nerded out about Diablo 2 specifically. It was a really fun 2-hour chat. They talk about PoE a bit as well. And I would say, no matter which camp you sit in, as like Diablo fan or PoE fan or both or neither or whatever, I would recommend you listen to this chat. It actually was something I wish I could sit in on though, because Chris talked about why PoE doesn't have a on-offline mode, and basically it would undermine the business model that they've set with like the free-to-play game, and then it's funded by, you know, the stat tabs and cosmetics and stuff, the microtransactions. But here's the thing, hear me out. I'm gonna pause the game for this. GGG, I have an idea for you. Alright? Hear me out. If you were to add an offline mode to Path of Exile 1 and 2, make it that you have to, it's something that players would have to buy only once, but make it just like with the cursor pack or the the music jukebox for the hideout. Make it something we have to buy. And you know what? Because of what it fundamentally does, I don't even think this necessarily should be cheap, because there's going to be a subset of players that will buy the offline mode and then they will not ever play the game online, and that means they'll never see other things in the shop or whatever. Although you could still make it that people could buy stash tabs, cosmetics, and all that, right? You could. But like, here's the thing. Implement the offline system in the same way as Diablo 2 Resurrected, whereby offline characters are entirely separate. They cannot play or move to standard or league. Like, the offline is just offline always. You can't move items between your online and offline characters or anything like that. But yeah, like, keep Path of Exile as a free-to-play game where, like, the online is the free part. But those that want to be able to play this game, even if their internet is down, I would pay it was £23 to get the early access of PoE 2, right? I would easily pay that, or if I'm being totally honest, I would willingly pay a little bit more to add an offline mode to these games. Yeah, so I wish I could have said that to Chris. I know he doesn't work for GGG anymore, so I also wish I could say it to Jonathan Rogers and Mark Roberts as well. But yeah, like, I would sell players an offline mode for PoE if they wanted it.
Get out of my way! Wither away!
Then you've never obviously been without your internet for an extended period of time wanting to play PoE. Because the value in an offline mode is purely that. You are not reliant on the internet to enjoy your game. And I realize in this day and age where, like, how often does our internet go down? How often do game servers go down? Yeah, not very. But look at what happened to Anthem lately. Right? Now, and listen, I get it. I understand that, like, but PoE 1 and 2 is super popular. They would never shut these games down, right? Well, what happens if they want to make Path of Exile 3? Like, how many of these ARPGs can they realistically keep running simultaneously? Right? Because already 2 is a lot. But you really only want these 2 PoE games ever? They'll want to do a 3rd one. They might want to do a 4th one. They might want to do a 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah. As I think offline mode should be added. Offline mode should not be free. Because I agree with Chris. Adding offline mode would hurt their business model. But that's why, just like how the reason why Diablo 2 works is because it was a box that they sold. So just make offline mode essentially your box that you sell, you know what I mean? Even though it will still be as a microtransaction. There is a subset of player that would pay for an offline mode purely so that they could enjoy this great game even if their internet was down. I am one of those people. Yax is one of those people. You like the market? See, yeah, but that's the thing. So yeah, you wouldn't buy an offline mode. That's fine. I'm gonna be honest with you again, Kochi. While I'm intrigued by the trade market, you'll notice I haven't interacted with it in my playthrough yet. I haven't bought anything. Hot take here, right? I don't really want to buy anything. Because the moment that I start searching for exactly what I want and buying it, right? I'm shortening the game for myself. Because here's my view, right? The whole point of an action RPG is you're playing the game, you're killing the monsters, hoping for your next upgrade for your character. You're hoping for that really lucky item drop that takes your character from good to great, and you're going over that loop all over and over and over again. If I was to suddenly get all the best in slot items for my character, let's say the next monster that I kill right now drops absolutely everything that my Lich could ever want, and I equip it all. From that moment on, I have nothing more to chase. And do you want to know what happens? I stop playing the game. So for me, using the trade market to buy exactly what I need shortens the game, shortens the amount of playtime that I'm willing and wanting to put in. So even though the whole point of an action RPG is to play to get stronger, in a way, I never want to be perfect. Because the moment that I'm perfect, my character is done. Like literally finished. And what is the point in playing with them? What, like, yeah. So, I completely understand where you're coming from. I want to make that super clear. But for me, the fun is the journey of getting better, rather than the destination of being like, my character's God, you know. Think you have currency to get the best in slot items? Let me tell you, probably got enough maybe to get some rent. Right, so what you're saying is the best in slot stuff is really expensive to the point where actually, like, you can yes or no this, right? Because I want to make sure I'm on the same page. Is what you're saying that the best in slot items, if you're playing the market, they cost so much currency that by the time the worry that I'm concerned about, you're saying that don't worry, there are thousands of hours before you get to that point, even if you use the trade market, because the thing that will prevent me is being able to afford the items in the first place. Is that what you're saying? So you're saying I won't be able to buy the items that I'm talking about, the items that I'm scared of having best in slot in every slot, because it will just cost so much. Well, sure, but you could still probably get fairly close pretty cheaply, right? Not thousands, but more like 20 to 50 hours of actual grinding. Well, 20 to 50 hours, I'm sure that's not a small amount of time. But to some, is that enough? People want hundreds of hours out of their action RPG. And a trade market, buying the exact, like, why play for the item when you could just buy it? It literally shortens the game. Like, the moment that you go to that market and you buy that thing that you need, rather than play for it, grind for it, yeah, there's something that's lost there. And it's like, because for me, the most enjoyable thing about PoE 2 is the moment-to-moment gameplay. It is the killing of the monsters. It is, it's all that stuff. Where the frick is this Chaos statue? Have I been everywhere here yet? No. Because basically, even though we're done in this area, Kochi, like before I leave, like before I let the area reset, I just wanted to go looking for the statue again. Because, if you look here, it's not grayed out. Oh, wait, no, I think yeah, it's literally where we just collected our ultimatum. Alright, so, yeah, there might not be anything else to do, but we're gonna double check. Think about it like that. Some items you will never get. And if you do, and if you like to do a build, you can't. Right. Well, when you say never, just to be super clear, you mean never in air quotes. Somebody on the market clearly got it because it had to drop for someone, right? So it's not that it never happens, but what you're describing is the drop rate is so low, it might as well be never. Is that what you mean? Because so you're talking about like maybe a less than 1% get this thing, and yeah, all right.
No.
Really? You know what, fuck it, let's drop that regal shot. Is what I did absolute blasphemy, by the way, Kochi? How can he drop a regal shot? So yeah, that's why I avoid trade. I don't want to shorten the game for me. Hang on, you're gonna need to explain some terminology. TO. Is that tier 0? Wait, there's a tier 0? Is that trash? Or is that god tier? Like, which order does it go? So a tier 1... Yeah, because for me... Because I'm getting items where it said, like, an item will drop, and I'm now seeing tier 3s. Oh, rare. So, hold on. Have I misinterpreted tier? So, tier means it's not about the quality. It's about the rarity. So, you can have rare trash. Is what you're saying. Right? You can have rare absolute junk. Right. So tiers are rarity. Is that the same for affixes too? So when I do this, oh wait, they're unique. Never mind. Sorry. When I do this, and it says T9 on the first prefix, what the game is telling me is that this is super. Well, actually, if it says T9, it's really common, right? So tier 10, super common. So does that mean my best prefix is actually the tier 5? Because it's the lowest number? Have I been looking at the tiers completely wrong? I have. Oh. So here's my next big question. Why doesn't the game make this abundantly clear? Because, be honest with me, Kochi, if you can. Be 100% honest with me. Where did you learn about the tier system and how it worked? Because I'm pretty sure the game didn't tell you. So who told you? Was it a website? Was it a friend? Was it a, you know? Was it a dev on the stream? Be 100% honest. Craft of Exile website. There you go. There you go. There you go. Dear Mark Roberts and Jonathan Rogers, why isn't this shit in the game? Right? Even Path of Exile 1 has a help screen that's actually very good, but I do think there's still a lot of unexplained stuff. Again, I credit all of your awesome work, especially with like these tooltip things where we can read about mechanics. But even with all this, there is so much unexplained. I didn't realize a tier 10 was freaking trash. I should have, maybe by just rereading. It's only 2.3%, whereas if you look at the 5, you know, it's bigger numbers, and bigger numbers obviously better. But yeah, I've been misinterpreting tiers this whole time. Tier 1, it was always like that. A low number tier is better. Oh, did they? They changed it, and then they changed it back to due to complaints. So can I just check I'm interpreting you correctly?
Whatever it takes.
It used to be that tier 10 was the best, but people complained because it was the opposite to PoE 1. So now they've changed it back to be like PoE 1, yeah? That's, you know what, that's okay with me for the sake of consistency. That is fine with me. But what the problem remains, that it still needed explaining to me. Right? That's the thing. It still needed explaining. So that in itself is a problem. Now, the thing is, a lot of what we're discussing, there's every chance that a lot of what we hope for and a lot of what we would like to see. Oh, and actually, I have another question for you, Kochi. I'll get to it in a minute. A lot of the things that we're wanting to see and complaining about, and that I'm saying would be nice, I fully recognize that it might never be added. But that's not going to change the fact that I think it should be. As for my question to you here, these idols, it sells for 500 at Survey, right? But I've noticed actually it's grayed out, so I can't sell it to her.
Bye-bye.
But if I go to Oswald,
Hey,
it's not grayed out, so I can. But what I noticed was like the price is still 500. So is it just the case that these idols that can only be sold to Oswald, but just for the sake of quality of life,
Still alive.
when you highlight it, they just tell you Oswald's price at any vendor, right? Is that what's happening? Because originally I was a bit worried that, oh, I could accidentally sell it at Survey. Survey pays 500, but Oswald would pay, you know, 1,000 or whatever, and I'm missing out. Turns out that's not the case. And I don't need a quest. I don't need to interact with these idols. Me selling them is the only thing you can do with them, right? Not even worth the gold. Well, I picked them up.
if you hear a click, duck.
Listen, man, I like loot. If I see loot, I want to pick it up. In fact, that was one of my biggest frustration points with PoE when I first started playing. Hang on, I need to... yeah, how small the inventory is. I'm like, Jesus. And I think psychologically, it almost felt like, is this the game's way of telling me that you're not supposed to pick up everything? You're only supposed to pick up what's good for your character. Because that's what it started to feel like. And feel free to comment on that, Kochi, if you want. Because yeah, that really is how it started to feel. I'm like, maybe I'm not meant to pick up everything. Like, maybe that's not the point. And it really got me thinking. Game is... Yeah. I'm assuming you use a loot filter, right? Which I'm glad that you, even on console, I'm glad the option's there. I almost feel like I don't know when I'm supposed to engage it. Oh yeah, you download it and then you load it. Like, Neversink is great. I know the guy does great work and stuff. But it's like, I suppose it's just a personal taste thing, where if you feel like too much stuff is dropping and it's annoying, that's when you tweak it until it feels right. But yeah. But the problem with a loot filter for me is that I'm paranoid that I'll miss something that if I saw it, I'd actually want, but the filter hides it from you. So in a way, part of me wants no filter. I will say I have used the Neversink filter on Path of Exile 1 in the past, and I think even on my Twitch playthroughs, because again, the number of drops was so big. I think Path of Exile 2, by comparison, does a lot better in the sense that, guys, there is no... I've officially been everywhere now, right? If there is a chaos statue, I ain't seeing it, folks. I think I'm just gonna carry on. I reckon I've already dealt with it. It just doesn't unhighlight because, again, it's where I got one of these ultimatums from. This one. Because that one's the quest item. So, yeah, I think we're good. I think we can actually move on. And again, I am going to focus on plot. But thank you for allowing me to fully explore this zone. I literally don't think I can go anywhere else. I mean, it's my playthrough. If I want to fully explore a zone, I'll do it. But you know what I mean. But yeah, after 2 hours here, it's finally time to move on. I'm sorry it took that long. But then again, we have been talking a lot. And it's really good discussion.
Remnants of a dead empire!
Right, yeah. I went to the wrong door, everybody.
Infection!
though, Koji. I think, yeah, there isn't enough life on the dream.
Death is my power to wield.
I've just realized I could have just used the checkpoint. No, there weren't any. Right. This is the, hang on, this is the Chaos statue, isn't it? Yeah. Wait, no, that's at Ziddy. Yeah, correct me if that's at Ziddy. Man, this game's look at this area, it's beautiful. Only at Ziddy it's 4 boobs. I mean, she never used to have 4 boobs, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that reveal trailer. It's the beast that gave her 2 more boobs.
Dre!
That's when I decided you sided with the beast. Oh my goodness. I mean, I understand your logic, sir. I do. I do want to make it clear, I hope I manage to fight Ziri before the league ends. Of course, time will tell, but it is a goal of mine.
Death and decay!
I love how the devs have made their own like full language for the Vaal. I think that's really cool. And for me, I'm seeing a lot of like, I don't know, almost Aztec inspiration in the Vaal and like their architecture. It looks very Aztec to me. almost like Mongolian in design and stuff. Really cool though. I am not a student of history though, so I don't know much. I'm actually starting to think we might get through Act 3 today. And that's exciting because that means tomorrow is the start of content I've never played. And that's extremely exciting to me. But yeah, adding more life to my character helps. This is a slight spoilery question, but it's a yes or no question. I hate that I can't read this. This is some sort of bug. Therefore, true believers under a disease graceful shadow. Like, that should stay on screen. It shouldn't
Wither away!
But yeah, is Gargantuan Flasks the last flask, or are there larger? I'm curious. Okay, so we've got the peculiar fortunes and the blood sacrifice. We need to find both of those. But yeah, Kochi, is the Gargantuan Flasks the largest in the game? Don't remember. No problem. I just thought I'd ask. No need to look it up if you're busy. mechanically, this would be the mid-game, right? Because this is going to end up being a 6-act story. So I'd be surprised if it is, to be entirely honest with you.
Death, take you! Ancient fools!
Okay, yeah, I get you. No, I get you. For you, the end game is the start of the game, right? Yeah. No, I get you. I'm looking forward to experiencing the end game, especially when, like, the community says it's not in the best of states right now, where, like, there's a lot of room for improvement. I would like to be able to experience it now, and then again, because obviously there was a lot of things they hoped to implement in Last of the Druids that they just couldn't, right? And so it's basically, rather than moving their date, they just they always release when they say they're going to release, and what content makes it in. It basically depends on what they can finish. So I think it will be good to compare what's there today with whatever they plan to add in the next big PoE 2 league. Now I know you play more PoE 1 than 2, but like, can I have your assessment of PoE 2's endgame? And by the way, be as critical as you want. Nothing that you say is going to ruin my excitement for trying out the endgame at least a little bit. I'd rather have your honest opinion. And honestly, the fact that endgame isn't perfect right now, to me is, I mean, it's not great, but it's great in the sense that if I end up playing endgame and liking it, then what's great about the situation now is that, you know, all the enjoyment I'm getting currently, it's only going to improve in future, which is that is great, right? So if I enjoy it now, oh boy, stay tuned, because as the months roll on, it's going to be even better, hopefully. Wow. See, that's another thing that I'm, in fact, here we go. Yeah, that's another question. Item worth. Obviously, me being new to this game, like, even though I've put over 160 hours in at this point, I'm still new, because I've never even experienced endgame in this PoE specifically. And I never really did trade in PoE 1 either. So, I don't know what items are quote-unquote worth. So when you put an item for sale, does the game put a minimum amount of divines in there, like it's 35? Or do you have to know it's worth 35? Will it let you sell it for 1 divine, which would be really stupid if you wanted to. So in other words, do the devs put a guideline caps on the minimums and maximum currencies you can sell an item for based on its stats and how good it is? Or is it entirely up to the player base as to what's good and what's trash? And all of the average prices? Because I suppose what my question actually is like, is there a way to look up what something is worth? And is it in the game as opposed to a website?
Out of my way! Drain!
You have to know. Right, okay.
None can oppose me.
Would you say it's hard to learn, Koji? Because obviously you've learned. Like, does the learning just come with once you start trading, or if you look at the market, you just get a sense of like, okay, if an item's got this, add 10 or 20 more divines in. Oh, you never know. Yes. Okay. So is your philosophy then you will put the price on something as high as you think it will sell for, and if it's not selling, you start to can you change the price after? I'm assuming it costs more gold to do so. But if an item doesn't sell, can you like, alright, I'll take 5 divines off, see if it sells. Okay, I'll take 5 more off, see if it sells. That kind of thing. I guess the way to do it would be find the item that you're selling. Right? You find the item you're selling or similar, and you look at what they're listing it at. Can change it for free. Oh, 5 to 10 minutes later. Oh, but then it's locked in? Oh, okay. So it locks in after 10 minutes or so. Huh. Yeah, I guess market research is the answer, right? The best way to learn would be to look at what the market's doing. Currency have a rate, so it's easy. Oh, okay. Alright, yeah. Again, like, I think part of my playthrough, assuming I get to the end game, because again, I'm gonna really push to. I want part of my playthrough to be me learning this stuff in real time and kind of literally streaming my journey from absolute noob to a wider understanding of this game, its systems, and trade. Because again, I'm less interested in trade as a player, like as a buyer, sorry. I'm less interested as a buyer, I'm more interested as a seller. Because for me, buying is going to shorten the game for me, as I've already discussed. I'd rather play for my gear as much as possible. Doesn't mean I'm never going to buy, alright? I don't want to be a hypocrite here. I'm not solo self-founding exclusively. This is why I didn't create a solo self-found character. But I'm kind of I'm testing myself, and I'm testing the game. I'm like, can I get through all of the content without trade? Is what I'm trying to establish. This is why I've not bought an item yet. This is why I don't plan to buy an item soon. If a boss is giving me trouble, I'm like, okay, what can I change about my build? Now, I've bought items from NPCs, but I have never gone to the trade market yet. Because I feel like the trade market is where you're gonna get the kind of stuff that's like best in slot for any given level or whatever. Because the people selling on the trade market, they're only gonna sell really good stuff.
Is my power to wield.
So this tier 3 item. Hold on. Yeah, Kochi. Are the tiers for the affixes and the items opposite? In other words, this tier 3 shield, is it better or worse than a tier 2 or a tier 1? Because it was only in the later game that I started to get things that said in brackets tier 2 and now tier 3 even later on. So actually, I think it's working in opposite ways where tier 3 loot is better than tier 1 loot. But a tier 1 affix is better than a tier 3. The tier on it is about the stats. Oh, so what you're saying this is saying is that this has tier 3 stats on it. Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, I get it. So, because again, I started getting stuff that said tier 2 in brackets. But what my brain needs to think is when I see tier 2, it's even better than the tier 3s. So eventually I'm gonna see an item where it might say tier 1 in brackets. That hasn't happened yet. But if it did, all the game is telling me is that, hey, this item's got a tier 1 on it, guaranteed. Right? Okay. Okay, now finally the tier system's making sense. So the only thing that's telling me is that and this is why I have an external capture card. Okay. Now, luckily, we shouldn't have lost any progress there. It's the tier of the item. Right. Again, thank you so much for your input. And again, I apologize that, like, me being so dumb and not knowing this stuff, despite the fact, and here's the truth of it, right? I've played through Path of Exile 1 3 times. like, killed, like, all 10 acts. Killed Katava, you know, saved Rayclass 3 times. Once off stream, twice on stream. Then I've gone through Act 1, 2, and 3 in PoE 2 early access, like in the, you know, the 0.1. And now we're doing it again in 0.4. And after all of those hundreds of hours of play, I have never understood the tier system fully till now, with you explaining and stuff. To me, this represents a major, well, not a, yeah, no, I'll double down. It represents a major problem. I feel like this should be communicated in the game. And I realize maybe a lot of PoE players would be like, well, why? We've known this for ages. Just put it in the game. Because here's the thing. Not everybody wants to go to like Path of Building or you know, other brilliant community websites to learn this stuff. I want it in the game. Because if all the information that we need to know is in the game, because obviously there's a lot to know, so I suppose the danger from the dev's point of view is like, we don't want to overwhelm players with this big like encyclopedia in the game. Like people will scroll through the list and be like, nope, that's too much information. I think just like how Civilization games have a Civilopedia that is, it's in the game, but it's only there if people click it and go looking for it and want it. Players can ignore it, right? But I feel like just having as much of this information, especially when it's in regards to game mechanics and things, just put it in the game for the people like me that if we have a question or something we're not sure about, there is somewhere in game we can go to find our answers. I think that is super valuable, and yeah, I would just love to see it. Oh, this is the, hang on a minute. Yeah, we are, oh my god, we're near the end of Act 3, everybody. We're near the end of Act 3. This is exciting shit. Alright. Wow, we're actually gonna do it today, I think.
Remnants of a dead empire! Great!
So here's my plan today, right? And this is gonna hurt me a little because I'm so excited to see Act 4. I think this stream I'm gonna focus on Act 3 exclusively because we've got some cleanup to do. I don't know, I might not be able to help myself. We might have to do a bit of Act 4. After all, this is the bit I've been so excited for. I've another random thing for you, Koji, and you might not be able to answer this question, but I appreciate you trying. What do you think was the hardest thing about PoE 2 for you to learn? Because the reason why I'm asking you specifically is because if I can know what the most complicated thing is, and then devote time to learning that, then everything else will be easier. So yeah, what would you say is the hardest thing to learn? And it could be anything. We could have already talked about it, or it could just be learning the game in general, I guess. there are so many systems and mechanics that interact. But yeah, I'm curious to what your answer is of like, what's the hardest thing to learn in PoE? In your opinion. Which I value very much. So we've got to find the blood sacrifice in the particular. What's the question? Okay. I was like, what, in your opinion, what is the hardest thing to learn in Path of Exile? So it could be the hardest system, like, yeah, like, just in your opinion, because the reason why I'm asking this question is like, if I can know what the hardest thing to learn is, and then learn that, like devote time to learning that, everything else afterwards will be simpler in comparison to understand, right? That's what my logic is. I want to know what the trickiest thing is, and then learn that, and then everything else will be easier.
Drain.
The crafting system. Great shout. Yeah. You know what? I would agree. Yeah. In fact, that should have been obvious to me. Yeah. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, right? All of these affixes, right, have keywords attached to them, right? I've seen the Path of Building website. And it turns out that for certain item levels, you can only have certain keywords so many times or something? Oh, the combination creating? Because, like, I saw, oh, you probably know of the guy. I saw, oh my god, what's his name? He's a big PoE2 streamer or PoE streamer, and he loves minions as much as me. I'm blanking on his name. Oh my, his name's on the tip of my tongue. I'm sorry, buddy. If he ever sees this, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. Gazi, yes, thank you, Gazi. Yeah, I watch a lot of Gazi's content, and I just blanked on his name. He did a brilliant video about how to more deterministically craft in PoE 2 and 1, but specifically this was a video on 2, using the Craft of Exile website, right? It's a brilliant website, Craft of Exile. And like, yeah, he was showing how you can like guarantee getting plus Dominion skills on a scepter and things like this. And then that obviously revealed the keyword system on affixes, but you don't see these keywords in the game. And again, I don't want to quote the inner workings of the system because I'd probably be remembering details of the video wrong. I really need to rewatch it again. And Gazi, I'm sorry for blanking on your name, bud. But oh, don't show Gazi this, please. I love your content, man. I love your content. Oh man. But yeah, like the crafting system is hard to learn. But yeah, I should learn. You're right. That is the thing I should learn. Because if I can learn that, oh, wow. Well, okay. That just means Gazi's gonna have a new video. The guy's a legend. He's cranking out content like super quickly. Like, if there's a topic. Because I've noticed, like, I mean, again, I subscribe to his YouTube and everything, right? if there's something going on in PoE, and it's not just Gazi, there's Scissorin as well, and many others, and Ziggy D. Shoutouts to all those legends, right? They're just so quick at getting their content out there. So basically, just look for the most recent guide on a topic and pay attention to the upload date, is what you're saying. Okay. Dumb question number 200 and God knows what. What did it do and why was it removed? What was the developer justification? Or if you don't know the actual reason, what do you think the reason was? Because I'm just curious. Also, I'm sorry if all these questions are taken away from your game time, but I appreciate you taking the time to answer. And even though I'm really excited to obviously continue the story of this, right, we're not leaving here until I've cleared this whole map so that I don't have to replay the map. That's basically what we're doing right now. Okay, it was OP, right? Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I you know what, I can see that actually. Yeah. And again, thank you for answering all this stuff for me, man. Appreciate it big time. To think I went through 3 acts of story in 0.1 with no sprint, man. Sprint is so good.
Suffer and die.
Okay, yeah. By the way, correct me if I'm wrong here, but like in the spirit of me learning, the way that you guarantee is obviously by like a mix of chaos orbs to re-roll like a random stat on a rare, right? And then you fracture to lock something good in place, right? So is the strat to spam chaos till you get what you want, and then fracture until you lock what you want?
I think not.
Am I right in saying that? Like you just chaos orb until you get the thing you want, and then you fracture it so that it locks in place. I know you can only fracture if you've got at least four. Some chaos. Oh, the abyss and the... Oh yeah, because the essences are specific. Yeah, okay. Because if you knew you wanted maximum life, here you go, boom, essence of the body. Alright, yeah, okay. But I am right about the fracturing orb, right? The fracturing is the one that picks an affix at random and makes it that it doesn't change. But you don't get to choose which affix fractures. So it's a gamble in the sense that you might lock in place the thing you don't want. Oh, it's a 1 in 3? Oh, okay. Okay. Again, yeah, the crafting system, I want to learn it. So while we go through this series of streams, eventually I'd like to learn it. I wish I could learn it all from in-game, but clearly that's not going to be something that is possible. And to be fair, even with Diablo 2, you can't learn everything in Diablo 2 without going outside of the game either, so... yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah, got you, yeah.
Go.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting wrinkle. Okay. Oh, wait, no, hang on, that's... Yeah, is that my old amulet from ages ago? It is. I got really excited by that amulet for a second. Mom's like, wait, no, that's the amulet I took off. But that's what I mean, like psychologically, and you know what, I blame Diablo 2 for this. Plus the skills just seems like S tier to me. It just does. Oh, wait, this charm might be good, because if I'm not mistaken, lightning damage from Doriani can be a bit of a bitch. I'm gonna buy that. We'll buy that charm just in case. Yeah.
Be wary.
Oh, I'm wary. I'm wary of that Doriani douche. Well, I mean, yeah. I won't say what I was gonna say. We'll play that segment in a bit. Alright. One more. Okay. If I play off meta builds, your items are probably going to be something someone tried to path. Your build, it's good. So one man's trash could be my treasure. Got it. All right. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Ah, our local temple.
That's very good to know.
If you hear a click...
Yeah, this is something I wanted to ask as well, actually. You'll notice that I'm selling a lot of items for gold rather than disenchanting. You've obviously played the endgame, so you know about like the rarity of currency. Am I making a mistake by selling for gold as much as I am?
What's yours is
Should I be
mine.
disenchanting more than I am? In your opinion? Yes or no? And if you want to elaborate more beyond the yes or no, feel free. But yeah, the ratio between sell and disenchant, that's another thing I'm curious about. I like selling because gold is how you respec. And given that I'm not following a build guide, the ability to respec has been very valuable to me, as well as buying items from vendors for gold. Right? But I wanna know in your view, like, am I doing it wrong kind of thing? Should I be disenchanting? Doesn't matter. No difference. Gold is usually better. Right. Okay, cool. That's the thing. I just wanted to check. That was all that was. I just wanted to check. I think disenchanting is very cool, and like, I think if I have more than 100k, I think I would probably start disenchanting, because of course having currency is super valuable. That's literally how people trade. And again, because I enjoy like just playing the game, it's like you're gonna get gold from the monsters. Whereas currency drops from monsters is rarer than gold, right? Gold will pretty much always drop. Currency, it's only a chance. Wow, okay. Do you know something that surprised me? Because obviously throughout my streams, remember I had a lot spec'd into minions revive faster, right? There's multiple places where you can get that. And I found that it was definitely diminishing returns. It's like, you can limit the respawn time from 7 seconds to 5 really easily. But to go from 5 seconds to 4 seconds is really hard. I now know that this mask is really good, because I now understand the tier system. We have a tier 2 stat on this, meaning that, like, yeah, I should identify this. Ooh. See, I don't like the fact that I'm not gonna get max life. But we have deflection rating. Ooh. And again, accuracy you can get from dexterity, right? Hold on. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. Run a few. When I get to the end game, like, so my initial taste of it, I'd like to solo. But yes, I absolutely intend to play the endgame maps with any and all friends that want to play some. So yeah, that is when I'll be like, all right, friends, who wants to play some PoE 2? And then we'll do it. Yeah, I'd love that. So look forward to that. Do bear in mind though, I'm a variety streamer trying to get through multiple games. And in particular at the moment, it's PoE 2 and Borderlands
Many have died
4.
at this table.
Alright, so we're going to place the heart. That is a very big heart.
A similar method to a curse or two I know.
So what did that do? Yeah, what did I get from that? Hang on, you can you... Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is how you check what you get. 2 weapon set passive points. Oh, beautiful. And this is why I love doing the optional stuff. Yes. So now we've got the Chaos statue, which we dealt with in EXILE. So now we can do the Doriani thing. I don't know why the Chaos statue still is left incomplete. Probably because I haven't used the ultimatum, I would guess. Don't know whether you agree with me there, Kochi, or not. But I imagine it's because I haven't actually done the Trial of Chaos with that ultimatum that I got from the statue. So we will indeed now go to Doriani. Yep, alright. I'm gonna make a push to finish Act 3 in this stream, alright? But I don't think I'll play Act 4 today, even though I'm gonna be so freaking tempted. I might get to the town, alright? We'll get to the town. And then, I'm busy on the 19th, but we can start Act...
What of Nahuatzi? I see. No mercy then. Kill her on sight.
The fool doesn't realize he's already dead.
Wow, so hang on. Did Doriani just kill that boss, the snake boss?
Rebels of a dead empire.
That basically escaped. I think he did. And actually, this would be good for you to see, Kochi, because I know you normally skip the plot. But yeah, I think he just skipped. I think he just killed the boss that was giving us trouble at the start of the stream. Yeah, you see, this is the thing. Like, part of me, I'm gonna be honest with you, Kochi. Like, the temptation is there to just let you do it, because then I get my points. But I get a tremendous amount of satisfaction from being stuck, not able to do something, like completely unable to beat it, but persevere. And then when you finally beat it yourself, the amount of satisfaction from beating it, it's like when Diablo 2 Resurrected came out, it actually was my first time through ever playing D2. Yax was obviously super keen, like, hey, do you want to play D2 in co-op? Do you want to play D2 in co-op? And I'm like, eventually, yes. But actually, like, both at the game's launch and also when the first ladder, like Diablo 2 Resurrected Ladder 1, I wanted to play the whole thing solo, and in particular with Ladder 1, which is a whole playthrough. Like, all my Diablo 2 playthroughs are on my YouTube channel, right? Exclamation point YouTube in my Twitch chat if you want to see the link. Yeah, by soloing both my first time through and Ladder 1, again, I proved to myself that I could beat it. And with Ladder 1 specifically, I challenged myself. Well, like, not only do I want to complete the game, like normal difficulty, I want to see if I can complete Nightmare and Hell entirely solo as well. And the ladder season, that ended up being an 81-hour playthrough from level 0 to 81. But I did it. But now that I've done it, I'm more than happy to co-op in to, because I've completed my personal goals. So, yeah. Harder than you think. Without a guide or extensive research, you won't be able to do it. Cool, okay. Well, I have to say, alright, let me try. Let me try and try and try and try. And fail and fail and fail and fail. And I will get a point to where I'm like, alright. I get it. I see now, because I've experienced firsthand exactly how hard you mean. And then I'll be like, alright, Kochi, let's do it. But that said, though, I'm also keen to know, or like to do that research and learn all the things I gotta learn, and get to that level eventually. Again, I'm not in a massive rush to, like, you know, I'm not gonna be a Gazi. I will never be on the same league as him.
Fool! There is no time for this. Azeri will soon commune with the beast. Cease your assault.
You've kind of changed your tune, Doriani, because, like, in the trailer for the Fate of the Vaal League, you were actually trying to convince Azeri to not commune with the beast. I saw GGG's promotional material. But hey, we've time traveled into the past, so... I guess he doesn't yet know the ruin that Azeri's about to bring to his people. Again, I love the lore of this game as well, man. The bit of it that you ignore, and I understand it. But yeah, man, they've got a cool story in this game, man. And there's also some brilliant content creators. I can't name any off the top of my head, but there's some brilliant channels that all they deal with is the lore and the story of Path of Exile. I can't remember her name, but there is a female content creator that's springing to my mind. Why am I blanking on all my peers, my fellow content creators? I'm so sorry. But yeah, she's amazing, and I do follow her on YouTube. But again, I subscribe to that many people on YouTube that, like, I forget all your names. Not on purpose, I swear. But yeah, she's fantastic. Wow, okay. Damn. But yeah, let me try and fail and fail and fail, because that, for me, that's what part of the fun is. Believe it or not. It's like the boss that we're working towards, right? Doriani. I remember this fight quite vividly. And the reason why I remember it is because it absolutely kicked my ass from multiple streams, just like Jamunra. And in the end, the thing that was the difference maker, the thing that made it that, like, I won instead of failed, I'll show you. Right here, the boots. You must have increased movement speed. Now, to be fair, this was in 0.1. I'm curious if Sprint has made fighting Doriani way easier. I would imagine so. Because he has this attack, as you're about to soon see, he's got an attack where he flies above you and locks on. And there's an area of effect blast that basically was one-shotting when the laser hits. And you couldn't outrun the area of effect. You know, you couldn't dodge out of the way in time. The only thing that made me be able to run outside the circle before the laser came down was increasing movement speed on my boots. And so you'll notice that as soon as I found boots with movement speed, I'm like, okay, movement speed is really valuable in PoE 2 because of certain boss mechanics. Like, you need movement speed on your boots. But now that we have sprint, maybe we don't need movement speed on our boots. Maybe now movement speed has gone from a essential, like in 0.1 I believe it was, to now movement speed is a nice to have. You don't need it, but it's nice to have. Good that you noticed that, since boots with big movement speed usually sell. Okay, cool. This is the kind of stuff I want to learn. Because, yeah, like... But again, I could not beat Doriani until I changed my boots. Like, he literally was impossible. I could survive everything he did, but as soon as he started flying around, I was screwed. Completely screwed. Oh my god. Hey, Kochi. Should I? What do you think? Actually, I have a random question. Will this spawn Vaal monsters if I do this, given that it's a Vaal orb? Will I get corrupted enemies? Like, if I corrupt this box, will I get corrupted enemies? That would be cool. I mean, I've seen the memes, right? I've seen the Vaal or no balls thing, right? But people are referring to, like, you put a Vaal orb on your favorite item. I'm more tempted to Vaal orb a box rather than my favorite items. Thank you very much. But yeah, should I Vaal this box? What say you? Or do you think I should save it? I'll wait for your response and I'll hide it. Try? Alright. How bad could it be? How bad could it be?
Wither away.
Bad as the unique thing, the unique box I did that I got the
None can oppose me.
from. So it automatically corrupts a bunch of these items, which means I can't do any other Oh, look at this. Oh. Hold up. Plus 30 to spirit. And then more max life too. But because it's corrupted, I can't do any more modification, right? So it's not... This actually isn't that great, is it? Yeah. Because actually, if you look at my current chest, I corrupted this by the temple, by the way. That's when I got 18% damage taken, recouped as mana. That was really good. At least I think that's really good. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, Kochi, but yeah. Considering the item level of the item, I thought I lucked out on that. The fact that the 33 spirit, even though it was a max roll, the fact that that's a tier 8, and now I know that tier 8 is kind of bad. If that's tier 8, what does a tier 1 spirit roll look like? I'm looking forward to finding out. Because again, I was thinking tier 8 was like really good. Now I know it's really bad. Or meh.
Infection!
Ah, no worries, man. I'll read it out to you. So when I corrupted the armor at the temple, I got 18% of damage taken recouped as mana. Whereas the corrupted armor that I got excited about has plus 10 to maximum life and plus 30 to spirit. But I've already got plus 33 to spirit on my body armor that's item level 32 that's already equipped. So yeah, I think what I've already got equipped is personally better. Yeah, if there's anything you want me to read out for the benefit of you not being able to see it large, just let me know, and that's no problem whatsoever. And all we have to find in this map is Doriani, that's great. We're coming, Alva. We'll save you. I like Alva, by the way. I think she's a cool character. Although,
Stop
actually...
this at once. I take no pleasure in harming one of my own. But if you persist, I will do with her what I must.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I think one of the best performances in this game, voice acting wise, Latus. When Latus's husband gets killed by the executioner in Act 1, that scream is just wow. Oh yeah, they're already corrupted. Yeah, you can't double corrupt something. Although, wait a minute, wait, no. This leak specifically, I did hear about a double corrupt thing. Oh, we've just got our first tier 4 support gem. I'm not gonna spend it right now, actually. But this gives us things like Deadly Poison 2. Armor Break 3. Efficiency 2! Hold up! Efficiency 2! Azaro. Oh, from PoE 1? The Labyrinth guy? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
Suffer and die!
Faustus is alright as well. And, oh, but come on, what about the Gemling Queen? She's not a cockroach. You know? She's cool. I felt so sorry for her. I'm forgetting her actual name, but yeah, Path of Exile 1, the Gemling Queen. Malachi really screwed her over.
Ancient fools!
Oh, and hey, shoutouts to Einhar as well. Stupid beast. It's time to hunt, Exile. Yeah, like he's cool.
Death, take you!
At least not by name. Right. Oh god, what's the name of the zone? Ah. She's the one. Well, again, if you just blast him through the game, not really reading things. She's the one that you have to get a bunch of items for her in order to blast a hole inside the beast to then, like, you know, go after Malachi and all this stuff. Yeah. Oh, Einhar, you don't like the beast guy? Okay. He does talk a lot, bless him. Oh, we found the boss, which means this is just side area. Fluff it, let's do it. You know what? Like, if my streams and YouTube videos, man, ever start getting traction, and I play more PoE, GTD take notice. You know what? I'll make sure that my first interview is with the Einhar voice actor, just for you. I'll be like, hey, someone in my chat is like your biggest fan. No, he's awesome, man. And again, once again, Portessa is blanking on the names of these legends. But shout outs to the Einhar voice actor. I think you did a really great performance. I like it. Yeah. Right, yeah. I have to admit, I didn't. So while I did the hunts and killing the monsters was fine, I didn't mess around with the menagerie very much. So I can't comment on. Like, it seemed like cool stuff was possible, but again, back then I was playing very casually, and And honestly, like, I realize, like, I definitely have the desire now to learn Path of Exile more deeply. But Path of Exile 2 specifically is a lot of the reason. Like, I just prefer the way that the systems are in PoE2. Between, like, the combat, the skills. I've said all this stuff before. But it's true, like... I have made a huge mistake. Now all of the monsters are alive again. Oh, but luckily I can just... Yeah, let's, yeah.
So, at the eve of the end, the demon of Vaal has finally come for me.
Yes, yes. Resist all you like.
Observe. This ends now. Give in. Nothing can stand against us. Progress comes with a heavy price.
Drain!
Unleashed.
I feel like my minions are too weak. Yeah, I actually feel like my minions are too weak. But because of what I've got ascendancy-wise, my minions are doing chaos damage. So, but let me check something actually. Let me check something. Oh, they don't... Okay, but I'm not using Raid Zombie... Okay. So yeah, that actually negates... So yeah. I might have to remove Brutality too. But yeah, I'm actually thinking I'm either gonna buff my minions or buff my chaos damage, because here's the thing. I've got this. Unholy Might. 30% damage as extra chaos damage. Oh wait, no! No, I should buff the minions. Because the 30% will grow bigger if their attack goes higher. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. So what specifically should we buff? Increasing the area of the effect of a minion makes them less likely to miss, right? Like that they can hit from a wider angle. Like I know they never miss assuming they're close enough, but if I did this, they're even more likely to hit. Is there any more like minion damage? Nearby? But I'm not near that. Ah! 40% critical hit chance. Those seem good. Hold on, let me minion and then damage. Minion damage. I'm trying to think what's gonna give me the biggest buff. Oh, duration. Oh, wait. Minions deal 30% damage. Oh, hey! Ooh. These seem good. Ooh. I think I'm going here. Because I get hit a lot. Right? I get hit a lot. So this is straight up spending these points here. 10, 20, 30, 60% more minion damage. Yeah. And actually, hold on. Oh yeah, we can Spirit 33. Spirit 33. Okay. I'm going to buff Essence strain. Yeah. Alright, let's go.
So, at the eve of the end, the demon of Vaal has finally come for me.
Putrefy.
Hold on, what is that? Oh wow, he's triggering my charms.
The power of the Vaal.
Hey, I think my damage buff, I think it works.
Inevitable.
Yeah, that's a big increase.
You are blind to the greater good.
Yo.
Let's see how we handle this. Survival requires brutal choices. The power of the Vaal.
Whoops.
You will burn. Nothing can stand against us. Sacrifice is the only path to survival. Inevitable. Survival requires brutal choices. The best laid plans. The power of the Vaal. I can't give up. I must save my people.
You know why we're here. It happened. It cannot be stopped.
No, I will succeed. Burn to ash, demon of Atzoatl. The end of the world is nigh. There is no escape. One death is nothing for the greater good. I will crush you. Existence is merely energy.
Oh no.
You didn't stand a chance.
Okay, that attack is nuts. Yeah, I feel like my minions don't have enough life. But the damage increase that I did, I definitely feel. Like, yeah, that attack is kind of nuts. The red part, yeah.
So, at the eve of the end, The demon of Vatzoatl has finally come for me. This ends now.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to enrage my Reavers when they revive. Actually, I think I'm just going to let them... Because that's the thing, enraging the Reavers does limit their survivability. And I know he's got certain powers that kill the minions quickly, but...
Behold. Best laid plans. You will burn. Give in. This ends now. Progress comes with a heavy price.
Why is my warrior not there? My amount of spirit changed or something. No, oh yeah, look, -10. Yeah, it has. I feel like... Ah, maybe this combo. Yeah, maybe... Wait, hang on a minute. Isn't my, my chaos damage higher for the number of minions I have? It is, isn't it? Let's try something. Right? Let's try something. Arise, army. Hello.
Sacrifice is the only path
After this
to
fight, can I
survival.
let you know? I mean, you can start preparing it now if you want to. But, alright, in that case, I'll let you know, because I'll stop after this. Game's too addictive, chat.
5 moves ahead.
But if Mum's asking about dinner,
I
it's
can't
clearly
give
dinner
up.
time.
I must save my people.
You know why we're here! It happened! It cannot be stopped!
No, I will succeed. I cannot let my efforts be in vain. Let's see you survive this. I cannot allow you to interfere.
How do I know when he's gonna do specifically that?
I've had enough of you.
Find out.
I will burn you alive.
Just to remind people why I had changed my number of minions there, it's because of this unique. where like I gain 5% of damage as chaos damage per undead minion. This is why I changed my layout of like the minion count to give me more skeletal warriors.
I cannot let my efforts be in vain. Let me show you what true intellect looks like.
Okay, we have a problem in that, yeah, we need way more blast charges. Survive that again.
You think you can run? Burn to ash, demon of Atzoatl. Reverse the polarity. You think you can run?
Ah, damn it.
Stand a chance.
Do you know what, guys? Because my dinner is on the way, I'm sorry to leave you on the cliffhanger. But actually, I'm gonna leave it here so that I don't have any kind of weirdness where I have to leave my dinner on the table. Like, I'm gonna leave it here. We'll do this tomorrow. But what's exciting about tomorrow's stream is we're finally gonna be playing content that I haven't done before. As for the Act 3 cleanup, do you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Because obviously there are things showing on the world map that, like, yeah, that we do have unfinished. Wrong button. Yeah, I think we do have stuff in Act 2 to go back to. Let's Lickety boo. Oh wait, no, we might be good. Maybe, no, it might be in the present day version of Act 3. Actually. Yeah, I think it's possibly in the present day version of Act 3. Can I see that from here? I don't know if I can see that from here. Yeah, no, I'm not sure I can. Either way, we'll eventually do cleanup. But it isn't going to be tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm just going to push story, similar to what I did today. To be fair, let's go back to town and sort our gear, and then we can have a look at the present day map. But yeah, I'll beat Doriani tomorrow. And as a reminder, we're going to play Act 4 really slowly as well.
Greetings.
I'm not going to sell that. I'm going to keep those boots.
Take care.
Ah.
Alright.
Stay wary.
But man, I am enjoying this. Thank you all for experiencing it with me. This has been a phenomenal stream. As a reminder, I won't be streaming on the 19th, but I am going to stream tomorrow. Thank you, Kochi, for all of your advice and everything. Oh yeah, let's check out that map. Yeah, we've still got to find Blackjaw and do the forge and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna play through Act 4 first, I think. But we have been basically being very thorough. We've done all of the Act 1 stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we've just forgot some Forgotten Riches. Okay, well, we'll have to go do that eventually. Probably going to be really low-level stuff now, but yeah, I'd like to do that. We're all good on Act 2. Huh. I suppose it makes sense we forgot the Forgotten Riches. But yeah, eventually we'll do all this stuff. The camps don't seem to ungrey out, or if they do, I'm not sure how to make it happen. We've also still got to do the Trial of Chaos. But again, not right now. I'm gonna log out here so that it saves my place. But yes, you win this battle, Doriani, but you will not win the war. Thank you for tuning into part 8 of my Path of Exile 2 Last of the Druids Fate of the Vaal playthrough. Thank you once again, Kochi, for all of your advice and discussion. I think this has been a really fun one. I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon for more Path of Exile 2. Oh, and as a final note, once again, happy birthday to my niece Ellie Mae and nephew Lewis. So, yeah, hope you're all having a wonderful birthday. Alright, bye everybody, and see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and each other.